preserving memories. It really is.
Yeah.
And I talked with someone today who, they just decided to surprise their parents, with some pictures of themselves. I was thrilled when I heard that. I'm like, yes, I just think that's the most awesome thing, because they knew that we were going to have you guys on the show. So welcome to Just Ask Joyce.
It's awesome to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
I just love this topic, Jeff and Michele, because here's the thing. I think that people don't understand the value of holding a picture. Now, see, I'm an author, and I love to hold a book.
Right.
I want a book instead of the digital. Let's not, my daughter's heart sake, for Christmas one time they gave me, a Kindle, and I'm like, I still want to hold a book.
Yeah.
What is it about that? And I think it's the same principle with a picture. What is it about a photo that, we're so digital now, aren't we?
Right, we really are.
We've lost something in that. We don't talk anymore. We text. We can't converse because unless we do it by text or email.
Right.
And so I think we've lost our personalities a little bit, and especially with dating and friends, and it's like I just want to hear people's voices.
Right.
Because I don't want to read your tone in the text. I want to write. The same thing with a picture. I have, I think, over 3,000 some pictures on my phone. Ask me how many times I look at 3,000 pictures.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
But I can tell you what I do look at. Every day, day in and day out, are the pictures, the photographs, the real tangible pictures that I have framed and setting out in my, around my entertainment center and on my walls of my kiddos.
Right.
It's my family. They're my heartthrobs.
Yeah.
And what is it about preserving that moment in time that is so unique?
Right.
You're a photographer. You probably can tell me all about that.
Yeah. Well, and for us, it's really personal because really when we started doing photography together, and we started saying, hey, we want to shoot weddings and things like this, the driving force behind it was that God has He's given meaning and purpose to our world. If God didn't exist and things just happened by chance, the meaning doesn't lie within just some sort of mystical, magical universe.
Right.
Now, we could have personal meaning, I guess, as creatures that were just made up, out of nothing. But because God is who He is, and that He has an intelligent mind,
right,
there's meaning and purpose to life. And we see that meaning and purpose unfold through, really, stories.
Yes.
I mean, we think the gospel, even. The gospel is told to us as a story. It's a true story, but it's still a story, and there's meaning and purpose that, Joyce, you communicate to me, I communicate meaning to you.
Right.
And that meaning really helps us live as God has called us to. It helps us to live as beings that were created in the image of God. Yeah. So,
and pictures hold those stories.
Yes.
They do. I can look at any photograph and the collection of family pictures that I have, and I can recall the moment.
Right.
I can recall the moment, and it takes me back. Memories flood my head and my heart about when they were that age.
Right.
Or where we were when we took that picture, because sometimes we're on a beach, when we were all on vacation, we have some family pictures of that. Just a really special time, but, it's a remember when moment, and the only way to capture that. But there have been some studies recently done that validate what you and I are saying right now.
You're right.
It does change the perspective of family.
It does. It does. The beauty of it is that because, again, we're beings that are made in God's image, and because God has instituted the family, the family is really the building block of society. I mean, that's where morals and values are communicated. If we just look at the studies that show the effect of fatherlessness, it's very quickly. How quick is it to realize? It's like, wow, God has put the family here for a reason. Because without fathers, there's a lot of destruction that happens.
Sure, we've witnessed that.
Right. So the value that has been found in things like family photos, having these photos up, not just in the phone or on a computer, but having them up where you can see them, where children can see them. It helps them understand throughout the day in and day out, the value of being a part of a family.
They belong. There's
Yes.
a sense of belonging.
Yes.
And, and I can tell you, I have one photograph of us from our childhood, as dysfunctional as our family was, but we were a family. That was a family photo, and we all cherish that picture.
Yeah.
We'll be back after more, and we have some giveaways. Don't forget. Now, Michelle, we're going to weave you in here. You know what? We're going to weave you in here. So, I think it's really important for you guys to talk about, like, okay, so when you've done a wedding, I guess maybe what's the deep sense of gratification that you have when, I know because weddings can be really crazy, really crazy at times, because of, so I know for photographers that y'all must want to pull your hair out sometimes. But what's the gratification, the end result, the gratification that you have when, the wedding's over and you start getting those pictures back? I don't know. I'm sure there's some sense of gratification somewhere where it really speaks to you guys in a big way. Yes?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for us is, and I know you want to let Michelle in. Michelle, bless your heart, is a little bit nervous to be on radio.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to answer the question because I know I'm usually the one that edits.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking through them,
I think
see
that's
people with
really
smiles
good.
on their faces or tears or whatever.
Those are things you look
I actually my face starts to hurt because I'm just so happy for them that they were experienced that joy.
I love that.
But I don't know how.
Oh, I think that you say it just like you said it.
Yeah.
Great. I
And
love
the
it.
delivery, right? I mean, when we deliver.
Oh yeah.
Because when we deliver, say, a slideshow of their photos, right? I mean, we can talk about that. The feeling of seeing their smiles and seeing them weep.
Yes.
At their
Oh,
wedding.
I know. I remember when we went and saw those of our girls. I mean, that you do. It's like, because you remember how beautiful it was because you're all caught up in it.
Michelle's not nervous at all.
You're just making it worse here.
It's okay. You can be nervous.
He Jeff really pushes me out of my comfort zone. I was reading how introverts like to be around extroverts because they push them out.
Kind of like another eagle. Pushes the little baby eagle out of the nest so she can soar.
There you go. There you go.
I feel like I'm almost getting to the point where I might get nauseous, but I'm not quite there yet. Have you ever had anyone get nauseous?
Yeah? All right, guys, we are talking family photographs. I want to remind you to check out Owry.club before we plunge back into these photographs. Yankee Noodle and Holy Smokes, and of course Gaddis Pizza, and the Pizza Face. Those are things you can check out. 2 for 1, you cannot beat it, and they are great values. Owry.club only. Owry.club. OWLRY.club. I'm talking to Jeff and Michele Armstrong of Fine Art Wedding Photography. Did I say that wrong?
Jeff and Michele, Fine Art Wedding.
Yeah. Well, they are Jeff and Michele Armstrong. All right. But, and their company is Jeff and Michele Fine Art Wedding Photography.
Correct.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. So, but I'm talking to them because, I want to impress upon you the significance of having pictures in your home. Now, I can tell you, when my little sweet granddaughter, and she's only 4, comes in, she wants to see, I want to see pictures of me. I want to see pictures of me. Kids love seeing pictures of themselves.
Okay.
What is it about, just looking, and I don't care how old they are. I mean, then, of course, the 8-year-olds and the 10-year-old and the 13 and the 16-year-old even, they want to see pictures. Oh, maybe you have that picture of me? Oh, yes, they love it. They love breaking out those pictures. The study that we both of us, all 3 of us have read, revealed that it builds a child's self-esteem.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Isn't it?
That just a photograph, one that they hold now, one that they hold. Of course, they'll scroll through these digitals, guys, but there's something about holding a photograph and letting them feel, or see, or they'll take that frame and they'll look at it, and they love it. Kids love it. It brings them self-worth. So if you want to build your children's esteem, if you want to build their self-worth, if you want to give them a sense of belonging, then you put some photographs out of your family. Don't store them in your iPad and your iPhone, and digital doesn't do much good, right? I mean, I know digital is great.
It's convenient.
It is convenient.
It's convenient, but it's just like online advertising. We start getting hit with so much so fast, and we don't get to a place where we slow down and really cherish a lot of things because of that high-speed environment. It's when we have these photos that are on the wall, that are in maybe an album, something like that, where we can actually come in, we can hold it, we can look at it, and the whole point for kids is that I think we take for granted, especially in our day and age, where there's an open attack on the family, right?
Right.
I mean, our culture in many ways is anti-family.
Right.
So when children, every day they wake up, every day they go through the house, and they're reminded, I have an identity.
Right.
God's given me a place. And they may not say that.
Oh yeah, I know. Not out loud, but
they're catching it.
They are.
Things are caught.
They're feeling it. That's right.
Even maybe more than they're taught, right? It's kind of cliche.
Exactly, yes.
But yeah, so the having it in your hands, being able to see it on the wall, is great.
So, all right, so as photographers, and you guys do a lot of weddings, I'm sure, you do family photography. We're going to give away some really special things coming up in just a moment. Maybe we'll give away one this segment and another one the next segment, and we'll save one for last. But you guys do all aspects of family, but weddings did. So I guess, Michele, let me just let the audience get a flavor of who you are and your sweetness. What is something that you, as a photographer, what gratification do you get? What's your greatest sense of gratification having maybe filmed or shot a wedding? I guess that's what you say. You shoot weddings. So where does your gratification come in?
I think there's gratification at several points in the process. Probably the first one would be, after we shoot the photos, like say it's a family, they just talk about how much fun they had doing that as a family.
Right.
And then again, when I'm editing the photos, my face almost breaks when I'm editing the photos, because I just see, especially for a wedding, there's just so many emotions that happen.
Right.
I mean, there's tears because they're happy. There's smiles because they're happy.
It's a memory.
Yeah.
Emotion.
But I just you can't help but when you look at a picture of someone so happy, you can't help but just resonate with that and feel happy, like for them, and remember
And take on that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
That's neat. Because I know that, I've been at weddings. I know you photographers get, a hard way to go sometimes because you're trying to please so many people.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's difficult. It's a tall order because, we have a couple of weddings. We know
Yeah.
what we put you through. But there is that sense of gratification that you have. Now, all right, so you shoot weddings. What about engagements?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, I get these save the date things all the time, and
Right.
you know that they've gone to a photographer and posed for those pictures and been chosen, you know, the best favorites
Right.
out of those. So you guys do a lot of that?
Yeah,
Is it
absolutely.
destination type things? They come to your studio? What do you do?
It just kind of depends.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, and we get requests for different things, but typically what we have is people come to us and say, hey, we really want you all to photograph our wedding. Do you all do engagements? And we always say, you have to do an engagement session. And we joke, I always say, well, see, we typically force couples
Right.
to do engagement sessions, and they kind of laugh. And I'm slightly serious, but it's a joke. The reason why we say that is because for us, we like people to feel comfortable, because the more comfortable you feel, the more natural you look in your photos.
That's right.
And so, and plus, we love being able to connect with couples. We love, I mean, again, this is all about, we believe that God has created us in His image. And relationships, because God is a relational being, are so important. So for us, one of the big attractions to doing what we do is that it is very relational. So yeah, engagement sessions are kind of our way. Everybody wants them anyhow.
I guess I might have gotten the cart before the horse here a little bit, because first, before they're engaged, comes the proposal.
Right.
All right. So, you know, when you said, Joyce, we're gonna give away 3 things today, and because I didn't have to twist your arm at all with that, now, because I always like to say, you know, don't you want to offer something to the audience, because I know they're going to fall in love with you, number one, and they know that if I bring you on here, I trust you.
Right.
Because I'm not going to get anybody to my audience I don't trust, right? So I've seen your work, and you can see their work, and I'm telling you, I'm impressed with your website. I don't know who did your website, but wow.
Thank you.
It is quite impressive. I just love it. It's so different and unique, but I didn't expect anything less from you, Jeff. I just thought it was really deep. And you too can check that out at Jeff and Michele with 1 L, right? Photo.com. Did I say it right?
Yeah,
All
that's right.
Just check it out, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Very different, but so inviting. I mean, I just hung out there for a while. It was really, really cool. But you said, okay, I want to give away a photo for proposal. And I'm like, a photo for a proposal? I never thought about that.
Yeah.
What a unique idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it would be so cool to, of course, you know, I don't know, Webby's was kind of a little bit different proposal, but the only picture I have of it is in my head. That's the only picture I have of that. I would love a picture to have had a photograph. Now, let me just say, are you kind of clandestine about it? I mean, are you over somewhere because if you were around, she would know. Somebody, you know, the bride-to-be is going to know.
Right. Well.
So are you like somewhere hanging out somewhere?
Right.
Doesn't know?
So before she was a photographer, Michele was actually a professional ninja. So see, those type of skills come in real handy.
From the chandeliers, you know, when I'm in a bush.
She can blend in. I mean, if they had proposed in the desert, I mean, she can hide under the sand. You know, anything like that.
All right. Well, we're giving away a photo for a proposal. If you are thinking about giving a ring to someone right now, photo for a proposal, or you know someone, call right now, 571-2428. You can win. We'll see.
Was that a good answer?
Yes.
Is it okay we can do that over the phone, but if it's okay, I was going to send people to
We were going to send people to the website, weren't we?
jeffandmichellephoto.com / just like it's okay. No big deal.
You did tell me that. What? Oh, I think it's 17.
So, but they can go there.
So how are they going to go there?
They can go.
And register?
Yeah, there's like a.
And then you're going to do a random drawing or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
We'll just do a drawing from there because they just fill in a few boxes.
All right. Got it. Got it.
Hey, Chris. Saw that you just joined there. Yeah.
Where?
I don't know how to.
So how long do we have in between?
We have 4 minutes in between, but I think we've got about 2 minutes left. Good. Doing good. Okay. Good little babysitter. She's got enough control. my call, so that might be.
We can do that like that.
But you really wanted to contact.
Well, I'd like to just kind of.
Did somebody call? Gary? Gary? You have to tap on the. Did somebody call for that? Oh, okay. I saw the phone ring.
So, buddy.
Hey, Chris. I think I can respond to you, but this is literally our
All right.
second time doing this.
Just talk to me.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. Hey.
It's getting a little bit better.
How's everybody doing out there? See, we got some more people joining here. Thank you. Chris Curtis said he hears us loud and clear and we look professional.
We look professional.
We look so professional.
Do we sound professional?
Justin Tyler, we see you just joined. Big shout out to Justin. Jeffrey Kaufman, thank you so much. I told Michelle about that tip for being on air. The visualize the microphone in its underwear. That was awesome. That's definitely working. It's kind of weird because I've never seen a microphone in underwear before. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle Springer says professional ninja, nice touch.
I think they can all see it. Like whoever.
Probably.
Can see. You don't have to like. Have you done this before?
So we got, we're into our last minute here.
We're getting ready to come back on. Hey, Barry. Barry's joined us. He says, Jeff, exclamation point. Here we go. Back on live. There's Iris in the window.
That didn't take long, Gary. Not at all. Can't fool these listeners of mine. But, you know, I do have trouble with instructions sometimes. Obviously, I've kind of messed up the Santa jingle this time, so Gary has straightened me out. One other thing that I did have trouble with, too, was what Jeff told me about how he's going to give away the things that he's giving away today. So here's the deal, all right? So let me get this straight for you right now. Whenever we give away anything, with Jeff and Michele, Fine Art Wedding Photography, here's what you have to do. Go to jeffandmichellephoto.com/giveaway.
Yes.
Is that it?
You got it. And they can go on there and select, since we're doing 3 giveaways,
Right.
they can select which one, you know.
Which one they want. And so anyone can win, but that's how you do it. Go to Jeff, and some of my listeners don't have computers, so.
Well, they could call
If they don't.
and enter in through phone
Okay.
call.
All right.
So-
So you want to give them your number? Or
We
this
can do
number?
that. We
Either
can.
one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they know my number.
Yeah, so let's
Why don't we
go
do
with
that?
that.
All right, so if you don't have computer access, and I know that you might want one of these family show photos or something, so you can call this number and give you the information, Gary, and Jeff will contact you. How's that? All right. So anyway, here's what we're going to give away. And we're going to give away photos for proposal. I just think that's just the coolest little thing. And I just can't wait to see the ninja at work. So you're going to have to invite me along just to be sitting at a table somewhere just so I can watch you in action.
Yeah.
All right. An engagement session, not yet, guys. I mean, I won't be, this actually will not be at your engagement proposal.
They might want you to be, though.
They could. I mean, we could do it right here on air, Right. Engagement session. Engagement session. They're going to give away an engagement session if you are interested in getting this. I mean, I don't know what all it comes with this, but Jeff, and Michele will tell you. But you go to jeffandmichellephoto.com/giveaway, enter right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and spill the beans, a family/lifestyle session.
Right.
I like that.
Right.
I mean, all right, so if you have been wanting to do a family photo, hey, now's the time.
Right.
And Jeff and Michele are making this available for you. So go to jeffandmichellephoto.com/giveaway and enter to win. I just think it's so cool.
Yeah. Well, and something that I thought was worth mentioning,
yes.
When we were talking about some of the giveaway stuff, you had mentioned a legacy photo.
Yes.
So, for the family photos, if Grandma and Grandpa and whoever can come,
yes.
then they should totally come as well, and we can do like photos of the whole family. So
it's just so cool. It really is. I mean,
yeah.
I love seeing that family legacy just spread out, with Grandma and Grandpa, and then coming on down. I love it. The family tree. And I'm telling you guys, we are in a time in our country, I believe, where it's important to consider our legacy. And from where our roots are from. I mean, when you look around at how families are dividing exponentially, I mean, give your kid a sense of security, give them a sense of belonging, and get a photograph done. Just get it done and seal the deal. But you can do it with Jeff and Michele. And you can go to jeffandmichellephoto.com giveaway. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah.
All right. So now, when your engagement sessions now, are those more like destination location things?
Yeah, everything that we do is pretty much we go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So we love natural light. So a lot of times we do outdoor
I saw
stuff.
the pictures that you're telling.
Yeah. So that's sometimes we'll do indoor stuff, but typically most people really like the outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to
Does
photos.
wintertime pose more problems?
Really?
I think there's a lot of beauty in winter.
As long as especially if they like snow and it snows, that could even be a plus. All right.
So she's the editor, isn't she? She's kind of does the editing, so they can't see you nod your head.
I'm nodding my head.
She's nodding her head affirmatively, as court reporters say. But yes, I could see where that would be really something unique. And of course, we did some snow around the area, but I know that it's sometimes for moms that they think it's exhausting. I've got to get all these clothes together. I've got to corral all these kids, and it can be just that. It can be. I don't want to say an ordeal, but a challenge.
Yeah.
But I can tell you one thing: you will not take anything for the finished product.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and especially with kids. I mean, kids may have like a 5-second attention span. So it's really helpful. Like one of the things we do is we'll take breaks.
We'll take breaks, and we're going to take one right now. We'll come back.
Hey.
Perfect time. Right. So now this is your last segment. So what do you want to say about Jeff and Michele photography that people need to understand about it?
I thought maybe, what if we talk a little bit just about how we got started, and then kind of where we're at now, and then what we're looking forward to just in the near future. I think what do you think? Yeah, well, a lot of people ask that question. And it's, very, for us, it was very family-oriented type thing to do that. So,
we've got 8 minutes.
Cool.
I've got to do a little alley.club, but,
Cool.
We have home.
What, 8 minutes?
Hey, Sarah.
Left. And then I've got to do my devotional. We only have 2 minutes in between this break, and then I have to start doing my devotional.
Time flies when you're on.
I told you it was
Can she
going to
go
be...
get some water real quick?
Huh?
Can she get water real quick?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. You know where the kitchen is, don't you?
I have a
Oh, you
cup
have?
right there.
What's up, Chad? See you just joined, man. Welcome. We're just taking a break right now for a commercial. So I think we got like maybe, another minute or so? And then we'll be back on the live. If you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to say, I'm trying my best to watch the comment section. So feel free to just, throw in comments or, just say hey. You don't have to say hey. I kind of see when people join, but, hey, look, there's Barry. Barry says, this is so cool, bro. It is so cool, bro. Tasha, we saw you there. Hello. Thanks for the comment.
I think it's important so you have comparable pricing.
Okay.
That that it's important to book early.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as you get engaged, one of the most important things to do is to book your photographer or videographer. Do you see what I see? When you have it preserved in a photograph, everyone can always see it, right? So that's what we're talking about today. I do want to remind you about Owry.club. Owry.club. We have Yankee Doodle, I do it every time. Yankee Noodle, we have Holy Smokes, we have Gaddis Pizza, and the Pizza Place. Those certificates are available for your purchase, and it is a 2-for-1. They are all great values. And again, Dad, I'm just going to say, be a hero to your woman. You hear me? Be a hero to your woman and say, you're not cooking tonight, honey. I am treating you. That is always a plus during the hectic holiday season. You heard my listeners at the 3 o'clock hour talking about how crazy it gets. You be the hero to your little sweetheart and say, not tonight, honey, I am taking care of you, and you go to Owry.club right now and go ahead and take care of it, because you can get a bang for your buck right there. And we are talking to Jeff and Michele Armstrong, who have the photography company of Jeff and Michele Fine Art Wedding Photography, and we are giving away some photographs sessions for you today, but you can only get them if you go to Jeff and MichellePhoto.com/giveaway. Put your little information in right there, and you can win. I think it's just the coolest thing. And let me just say this again. I've been telling you that the studies that have been done about photography and the significance of the real photograph, not the digital, but the real photograph. And Dr. Kathy Lander Goldberg says, displaying photos permanently in the home sends a message that our family and those in it are important to one another, and we honor the memories we have experienced. Dr. David Krause, who is a psychologist, is he recommends having photographs of a child in their family, placed in the child's bedroom, so it can be among the last things they see before they sleep, and the first thing they see at the beginning of each day. I just love that idea. I wanted to pass that on. Now, Jeff and Michele, we've been talking about your photography. How did you get started in this?
Right. So that okay if I start out, Michelle? Michelle always has so much to say, and I'm very quiet and reserved. So, anyhow, so we started out really. I mean, Michelle's always been very creative. I think we both really just grew up taking photos. Of course, when we were much younger, it was on film, largely. I mean, the little disposable cameras, and of course, Rebels and stuff like that. And Michelle and I, especially once we started having children, we were like, we really want to do something that we can like work together on. So, and that decision largely was because, well, we want to spend more time together. We want to see our kids seeing us working together, and so we had that desire to do something together. And there was at one point when Michelle, her grandfather passed away, and she came to me and said, I'd really like to get a nice camera. It hit her pretty hard, I think.
Wow.
And I think for her, I don't mean to speak too much for her here, but it put in a desire in her to kind of preserve these things in her life that she cherishes.
Sure.
And so I kind of thought about it and was like,
she understood life is fleeting.
yes, yes. And ultimately, I mean, even photos can't necessarily save everything.
Every moment.
But they are reminders to us.
One.
Exactly. Right. And they're reminders for us to be more grateful, I believe. So from there, we really started, looking at cameras and thinking, well, if we did get a nice camera, then maybe we could shoot some weddings together. And Michelle was like, that's a horrible idea.
You guys just jumped in head first. It was him. But that's so cool. And so you started preserving memories for other people as well. I'd love to see your home because I bet you've got pictures all over the place of these kids, right?
Well, it's actually what we're working more and more on because, I mean, we have just kind of recently discovered these studies. Well, we knew, we want to have family photos up.
Yeah.
But once we read this, actually, we were like, let's get new, nice family photos done. So we're actually in the process ourselves of trying to litter our walls, if I can say that.
That's great.
So we're wanting to put more and more up in like our girls' room and living room and everywhere. So it's a process, I think. You know, I think sometimes people can get overwhelmed with thinking, oh, here's something else I can do. And, it's so much. But even if you just put one photo up, I mean...
Something.
I
know I was sitting in the chair with little Georgia the other day, and she looked up, and I saw her looking at the photograph of her as a baby, and I said, you were a cute baby, weren't you, Georgia? And she said, I was, me. I was cute. And I'm like, and you're beautiful today, too. To see this picture of you, I'm like, look how you graduated into your beauty, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was a moment for us to sit there and just, enjoy, just some. It was a special time for the two of us, but just to talk and just talk about how she. But you just saw her smile just kept getting bigger and bigger.
Right.
You know, her self-esteem was growing. It really was. Right. So, you had this passion for weddings, which I think that is just a huge undertaking, but I applaud you for doing that and having the passion for it. And I love what Michelle said about, I think it's just adorable, her face almost breaks when she, goes back and sees these pictures and the joy that you two have captured for this family. That they only, because I've been in a wedding, I've been the mom of 2 weddings, and it's a blur.
Yeah.
And so I never forget when I got those wedding pictures back, how I was so grateful for that photographer for preserving moments that I had no idea had existed because you can't be everywhere.
You're right.
And I just love that. But now, as far as comparable to, because I think that's important. I mean, people are already thinking, okay, I'm going to get married. I'm going to, I have a son getting married, a daughter getting married. They're going to be looking for a photographer. So affordability is going to be, but they want quality and good prices. Do you fit the bill?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think that we're everyone's photographer, but at the same time, I think that what we offer is really competitive. What we really, I want to frame it in sort of a grateful tone. What we really like about us as photographers is that both Michelle and I are shooting. So it's 2 photographers that are really shooting full time. And she's my bride. So
you're together. It's a together thing, as
and,
we said.
well, and we feel like we can relate to couples who are going through the busyness and the stressfulness of planning their wedding. And so that's something that we really enjoy being able to connect with couples.
All right. So, here you go. You can win engagement session, photos of even proposals. I just love it. Family/lifestyle session. Make sure that you go to jeffandmichelle.photo.com/giveaway. You register there, and they will notify you.
Michele with one L.
Michele with one L.
Yeah.
Jeff, Jeff, and Michele with one L. Photo.com. If you get confused, call me. All right. We'll be back, and we'll bring this back to the cross shop. All right. Good deal. My devotional, by the way, will feature this.
Oh, yeah. I remember you told me that. You told me that.
I saved it. Saved it for you. All right, guys. Good deal. I hope that people respond. I really do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad to see everybody joined here. Tracy Burrell, I see you just joined. Welcome. Are we good? Or we didn't need to stick around anymore, right?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
I just got to do this. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Hey, we're going to do an after radio session real quick. So don't leave yet. Stick with us. Sorry you have to see my face so close up. But it's all a part of it. See Joyce? Everybody say bye to Joyce. Alright, we're going in this other room back here. My kids are in this room, so it might be sort of loud, but we're just going to talk just a little bit. Oh, like I said, it's going to be loud. Everybody has to say hello to Knox. Knox, say hello, Knox.
Look, there you are.
Say hi, Knox.
Look.
He's not a happy camper right now, but I think Ruby is. Ruby, say hello to everybody. Yeah, so that was actually a lot of fun. I feel like photographers on the radio is kind of like a, what do you call that? Kind of like a oxymoron, but I feel like that went pretty good. So thanks for everybody that watched. Hey. So thanks again. I see Barry said, hey Knox. We're glad everybody could join us. So that was, I feel like y'all have to encourage Michele. If you feel like Michele did pretty well, please say so in the comments. Like I said, she was really nervous. But I feel like she did pretty good. So anyhow, if you all haven't yet, make sure you go to the jeffandmichelle.photo.com/giveaway and enter in there. Again, there's the proposal session, there's also the engagement session, and there's a family photo session there. So that'll be available. You can select which one you want to do. Enter in there. We've already gotten several emails, so that's exciting. So anyhow, we're liking this Facebook Live stuff. We're gonna have to start doing this more, but that's pretty much it. I could keep talking, but I feel like I would probably just start saying random stuff. So I'm gonna walk back in here, try to get my kids calmed down. And thanks, Kyle. Says well done, indeed, Michele. Awesome. So yeah. So thanks again for joining y'all. Bye. I'll let Michele say bye too. Can you say bye?
Goodbye.
See ya.